In 3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody? It's the homie Truth Teller, the street reporter, and a lot of people always say truth. When you get a chance, can you get one of them legends on your platform? One of the people who helped pioneer in the drill culture. In my opinion, I think I hit that on the head. Now, for the people who must have been under that rock and don't really know what's going on right now, this a classic moment. How you doing, bro?
Good, man, as always, bro. How you been, man?
Man, I'm good, bro. Now, for the people who don't know what's going on, you'll let them know exactly what your name is and where you're from, legend.
All right, man. Yeah, for everybody who doesn't know, my name on YouTube now is Windy City Report. New page. I put the word new page after it. I've been off of YouTube for about the last 9 months. My old channel was called Windy City Report. That channel is still up, but I don't have that channel anymore. Last year I actually got locked up, and when I got locked up, I gave that channel to the pastor on O Block. His name is Corey Brooks. Shout out to Corey Brooks, man. He's doing a lot of good work. He's the one that was trying to get the BDs and the DDs to have a truce down there. And I think he got it one time, but it fell apart. And he keeps on trying down there. He's trying to get a community center built down there. He's been on the news. So I reached out to a couple people to take the channel when I got locked up, and he was the first one to contact me back, man. So he's had the channel. He hasn't done anything with it yet, but I don't have that channel anymore. So my new channel is called Windy City Report, and then I put the words new page after it. Okay. And if you can drop that link in the description.
Most definitely.
Cool? All right, man. Yeah, and so yeah, it's got about 10,000 something subscribers on there now. It actually used to be the channel of a Chicago writer. I don't know if you guys know who he is.
I remember that channel, Chicago Writer.
Right. Yeah, he was a dude that used to drive through and walk through neighborhoods. He did all the walkthroughs. Yeah, he showed a lot of love, man, and let me have that channel straight up. And so I've been using his page, but I kind of like transformed it, into like my page. So I got about 20 videos up there now. We got about 10,000 subs. Most of those he had already, but I picked up about another 1,000 since I took it. And yeah, I'm uploading, not the stuff I was doing in the early days, but the stuff I started to do later, man. Just like the regular news, not the snitching stuff, man.
Right.
So that's where it's at right now, bro.
Right. That's dope. That's the Corey Brooks that be on the roofs getting money to help the community and shit like that.
The rooftop pastor, yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Before we jump right into this, the Windy City Report, kind of want to rewind a little bit. Chicago World News. Bro, it was once upon a time that name was, it was very, very strong in the city of Chicago. Good or bad, Behind the scenes, the shit we ain't see behind the camera. You caught a lot of trouble for that kind of shit, then.
Definitely, man. Yeah, definitely, bro. It was guys looking for me to kill me. You know what I'm saying? I barely got away a few times, man, and put a lot of dirt on a lot of guys' names that that stuff should have been left in the streets. But some of that information was wrong, and I've like spoken on that and owned up to that. A lot of that was like rumors that I was getting from some shorties,
right,
some women, some people in the community. Nothing against shorties or women, props to them. Even some guys like, giving me rumors, and I would check the stuff out like I could, but sometimes like the word on the street is wrong. I mean, sometimes you can get things from 2, 3 guys from the neighborhood, especially like high school age students and stuff, and these rumors start because, like, for example, they'll be showing like a gang will be showing like a lot of love to one particular guy after somebody from the ops dies.
Right.
And so the kids just conclude that that's because he did it. You know what I'm saying? When it's not because he really did it. It's just because like he knew the guy or some other reason, bro. So they just jump to that conclusion, and then they would tell me, yeah, he's the one that did it. And then I would just be so thirsty because like that all the views I was getting was going to my head. Right. So I would just hurry up and put it on YouTube, and then it would put dirt on the person's name. And then what happened was, like I know I've talked to the families of a lot of these guys personally, the moms, the cousins, like a lot of the guys that I covered in my videos. They reached out to me. Sometimes I reached out to them, and some of them, some of these guys I just like knew they're big homies from just living here anyway. So, like speaking to their families and just hearing their moms cry, on the phone to me, and like talking to me about all the pain they've been through and everything people are saying about them on the internet, and how bad of a mother she is and all that kind of stuff. Just listening to their families and reflecting on that, how that affected their legacy after they died. It made me stop, bro. And you already know like the main one. I'm not gonna say any names, but like it was a few guys in particular that develop like a relationship with and talk things out after a while. And
Right.
when they died, speaking, to everybody that knew them and just, yeah, man, I couldn't do it no more, man. It was the emotional part. It really wasn't like the part that was dangerous, because the way I looked at it, like, that's going to keep going anyways. Like, guys aren't going to forgive and forget.
Right.
So I was like, once I'm crossed that line, it's too late. So yeah, I didn't quit because of that. Some people say that online, like I quit because of the risk. I knew the risk was going to be there regardless once I actually made that move.
Right.
So yeah, it was just the families of the people talking to me, man. That was basically the whole thing.
Right. I totally get that. While we on that, you said something I think dope. The views got to your head.
Exactly, man.
That's being honest. Shit like that can spike you up a little bit when you're running that fast and people noticing it.
Exactly.
What I noticed though, with your YouTube channel, you had a lot of classic videos, but it's a few videos that still stand out to this day. The top killer video. Those videos is a regret, ain't it?
It is, man. Yeah, it is. And I see a lot of people have taken those videos and reposted them. And,
Right.
I've contacted some of those people and tried to get them to take those down.
Oh, you did?
Because I let them know, like, I know these guys' families personally.
Right.
Like, we talk behind the scenes and everything, and it's bringing them a lot of pain to see that on the internet.
Right.
And, man, like, they ain't budging, bro. They leave them up there. They're getting money from it. They're getting views from it. I've reported them on YouTube, after talking to them the first time. They said they're going to take it down. I, give them a chance to take it down. They take it down and put it back up. I complained to them on YouTube. I don't know, they say like the video wasn't copyrighted, which I never copyrighted any of my stuff.
Right.
So I got no choice. Like, I would have to hire a lawyer, and there's nothing I can do. So just for
Right.
everybody who knows, all those channels that you see that are reposting my stuff is not me. Like, I've tried to get those videos taken down. That has nothing to do with me. Like, yeah.
Yeah, those videos, they're still strong in the culture because, I don't want to get messy now, but I do got you in here. I want to be transparent with the viewers. They see me in the street, they say, what up, truth? Hell, I even take care of myself through some of these videos, so I got to reward the people by being honest when I get a chance to interview somebody.
Yeah.
The top killer videos kind of highlighted a few people in there, but one particular, the internet says, TB.
Yeah, man, rest in peace, TV, bro.
You had a chance to speak with him, though.
I did, man, multiple times. And his family, multiple family members, I won't say who. And, yeah, man, just hearing them cry and, like, all the pain that I brought them.
Right.
Because now everybody's talking about them on the internet about, like, they must have, done this wrong and done that wrong. And nobody would have even known about that because TB was a low-key guy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He wasn't a clout chaser. Like a lot of these guys, they want to be known. They do something in the streets. They want everybody to know about it. Like, they're trying to impress girls. They're trying to do this, do that. He was not like that.
Right.
Like, he was a different breed, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever he did, which I'm not going to speak on anymore, whatever he did or didn't do, like, he kept quiet about everything. So when I put him out there, it was the first time that anybody had ever heard of him. Like, he didn't rap, he didn't do nothing.
Right, because a lot of people says that people didn't really know him.
Nobody knew him. Like,
right.
he didn't rap, he wasn't active on social media. Like, he was just low-key, behind the scenes. And then I put him on blast and really, like, threw a lot of dirt on his name and his family. I eventually got in contact with some of them. Right. And I got in contact with his teacher, his former teacher, who a lot of people know because she wrote an article about him. And, man, like, his family was not, I was thinking his family might be, furious with me, like, coming at me on some, we're going to kill you, catch you, kill you. His family, I can see why he turned out, like, polite the way he did, because his family's the same way, bro. They're all super nice. They all got good hearts, so it just made me feel even worse, bro, that I put all that out there, so I just, yeah, that was what made me, like, straight up just quit the first time when I heard he got killed, man. Like, one of my sources,
right.
who was one of my main sources, the source that had first told me about TV, I saw the homicide report. I think it might have been on Spot News or something like that.
Right.
So I contacted him because I saw the location, and I'm like, you know who got killed over there? And he said, yeah, it was TB. Bro, when he said that, I still remember to this day, bro, like how that threw me back. I almost had a straight heart attack, man. I was like, I kept on asking him again and again. I'm like, you gotta be wrong. I kept on checking with everybody. I'm like, please tell me this is wrong. Please tell me this. It was him. And then that right there, just like, that made me want to quit the first time, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy, you know.
Because we had squashed it at the end, me and TV. Like,
Right, y'all did speak. And
yeah,
then
we had
get that
talked it
fixed.
out.
Right.
I mean, we had been talking all along, but it was always hostile. But
also, it was a moment where it was
oh yeah, the first time.
rah back together.
Yeah, the first time we spoke, you know, he came at me like politely asking me to take the stuff down, but
Right.
when I didn't budge on it, then it got hostile. But
Right.
then at the end, we squashed it, and I agreed to help, like promote anything positive he was doing.
Right.
And then he agreed to, just like give me a pass. So yeah, at the end we had talked it out, and like that's something most gang members aren't gonna do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna talk stuff out. Like once you get on their bad side, that's it. There's no going back. But he wasn't like that, bro. He was a man, and that's probably my biggest regret, over the years, what happened to him.
Right. Not to stay on TV or nothing like that, but you seen to the internet shit that went on where they say that he was the one that walked in that store and shit like that.
That I really can't speak on, bro.
Yeah.
You know, that I really rather not speak on.
But I was saying, I wasn't speaking on that per se, but just to say, shit like that, his name was just like, he got very hot on the internet.
After I put him on blast like that, yeah, because I just, yeah, I was out of pocket, period.
Right. People kind of felt like you might have pushed the wrong way towards YoungPappy and them too.
Oh, towards Pappy? Yeah. Well, that gang, that was a different story because
you kind of knew that area.
I used to live right on their block, bro. I used to live right at Morrison, Ashland. Now they're at Farwell and Ashland, which is literally like half a block away. And the first full-time job that I had was at YoungPappy's high school. So I didn't know him personally.
Oh, so you did work. You used to say that in your video.
Sullivan High School, yeah, in East Rogers Park. That's the PBG high school. I didn't know him personally, but I knew his big homies, like James Brown. Rest in peace to James Brown. He was a student in my class. He got killed. Like that neighborhood, like everybody from Howard Street, Morse, like the older guys that were maybe about like probably, I would say 5 to 10 years older than Pappy. Those were the guys I was more like in tune with. More of the Loke City guys than the PBG guys, because I don't know, that was just, I just knew more of them. But yeah, that started off positive. Like I was, seeing somebody from my old neighborhood get on like that, and I was trying to help them out, but that's a complicated story that involves somebody else that I can't really speak on, because he is locked up right now.
Oh, okay.
And I think with some of those guys, but basically we had a falling out over how they were kind of like dealing with. I don't want to say too much, but one thing I do want to say, shout out to YoungPappy's mom and to his sister and brother, because they could have got on that with me too and actually given up my location a few times, and they didn't do that.
Oh.
So there was a time I was going to link with Beef Double for an interview.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, and so he would have had to drop on me, and this is after we had actually had a falling out with some of the other guys. So he could have dropped my low right there. I mean, he could have just given it to him straight up, and he didn't do that. So yeah, he gave me a pass, man.
I could be wrong on this, World News. A lot of people said I'm wrong on this, but in my opinion, I think you was the first blogger to blog about 600 Breezy.
Breezo?
Breezo. Is that true?
Well, no, Zach wasn't really a blogger. He was more of an interview, but he covered Breezo before me. And I think DJ Academics might have done it too.
Right. But you was in that wave early though, covering him before a lot of people did though. I recall that. What happened to you though? I mean, what you was gonna say?
Yeah, Breezo was like, I saw him as like being somebody who was gonna make it out eventually. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not just about the music, bro. And I don't support drill music in general, but I saw that Drake had seen him, and plus guys that the girls like if you're a good-looking guy or whatever, like Dirk and them, like some of these guys, like the girls are into him.
Right.
That immediately gives you like
that pushes you over.
The whole female teenage population of the U.S. is automatically your fans. They don't care if the music is trash. And I'm not saying his music is trash, but I'm just saying like they'll look at you for that alone. So that right there is going to send your numbers up. Anybody that's cute, the girl's going to send those dudes to the roof, man. You know what I'm saying? So everybody that's like that is going to get on. When I saw the comments from the girls like, oh, he's so cute, I'm like, man, this guy's going to make it.
Shout out 600 Breezy.
Uh,
What happened to you, Real News? You know, just one day you was just killing it on the internet, and then we all woke up and you was gone.
yeah, man, I can't speak on the case specifically, but last year I got locked up. I got out on bond and sentenced to probation in the state case. Uh, and it was I got convicted of 2 felonies. Um,
Oh.
and the my lawyer told me not to speak too much on it, man. So I'm gonna keep it like real brief. But basically, I got out on bond. This was over an incident that happened last year on the north side. Nobody got hurt. Okay, I just want people to know that. And nobody was in danger of being hurt either. Like there was nobody really, except for the police. There was nobody really even there. And but some property got damaged. It was late at night, and there was weapons involved.
So this was serious.
Well, he was, yeah. I mean, so I, got charged for that, and so they booked me for that on the north side. Now, eventually, like I said, because nobody was hurt or anything like that, and there was nobody in danger. I didn't, try to hurt anybody or anything like that. They didn't charge me with anything like real bad. So,
okay.
And anything that I had previously was expunged. So they looked at it as a first offense. So I got out, and then they put me on probation and community service. But then the feds came in, and they were worried that there was going to be like another.
Oh, wait a minute, hold on. We can't run past that fast. The feds got involved.
The feds got involved in the same case, bro. They picked up the same case because they were afraid that I was suspected in a few more incidents like that. Okay, so they were afraid that there was going to be like more retaliation by me against these people.
Right.
From my perspective, I was defending somebody else. Okay, like I said in my video, that's from my perspective. Now they probably tell a different story, but that's how it went down, and the feds know that, and they kind of saw how I could see it from my angle. So they're only charging me with a misdemeanor.
Okay, cool.
The feds, yeah. So I'm facing 18 months max.
Well, that's still some time.
Yeah, so that might happen. I just met with my lawyer actually before this, and they said that they're planning on charging me after Labor Day.
Okay.
So if I disappear again, that's what happened. But I will probably know about that in advance because of the fact that it's just a misdemeanor, and they'll make me report to the federal prison if that happens, which will be about 6 weeks after the conclusion of the case.
Right.
So my lawyer said they're not gonna. They tried to book me, like they were gonna just book me and lock me up in the MCC, but my lawyer said, yeah, my lawyer said no. They're like, this is he prevented them from doing that, and so yeah, that's what I'm facing right now, man. 18 months for that, basically for that same stuff that damaged. I can't say what it is, bro, but it was something got busted.
Wow.
Yeah.
I get it. You know what? I want to ask you something. I got a few topics that's going around in the culture. You're known for having a different perspective on things. Now, if you say you don't want to be involved and talk about it, I understand it fully. But I want to get your mind on a few topics. O Block 5, FBGDuck. What's the outcome?
Shoot, the case is going on right now.
The Chicago Real News, because people, you had a good different point of view on things.
Well, from what I heard, they were masked up, so I mean, they do have other evidence though, but a couple of them might beat it. A couple of those guys might beat it if they were masked up and if there's no fingerprints. But from what I see, they do have some pretty solid evidence on a few of the guys. So yeah, that though, I haven't read the whole report and everything, bro, so I don't know. But yeah, rest in peace to Duck, man. That downtown, it's not off limits, man. Like it's been going on down here, man. Like everybody knows that downtown's not safe. We're downtown right now doing this interview for you guys don't know.
And downtown is not safe.
It ain't safe, man. Like, cause this is actually in some ways worse than the hood because this is where like if a guy's in his own neighborhood, like he knows where he's at. The ops know, that's his neighborhood. This is where people come to get away from all that. But if everybody's coming to do that at the same time, has the same idea, that's where they're bumping into their ops. You know what I mean? So it's like the club, that same dynamic. You got people from different parts of the city bumping into each other, and yeah.
Damn, downtown like the club, huh? Real News, you just fucked my head over that one because I totally get it though.
Man, if you come here late at night, bro, they've been doing these. Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna do a video on this on my channel. They've been doing like these like street takeovers where they do the burnouts with the cars and everything, and like everybody gets together. But you got people from all parts of the city coming to these things, linking up with. There was some SDs killed in Neutron. These were Mexicans, you know. They killed a Neutron like in something just like that. Like they thought he was an op. I don't know what it was, but they're on the run now. It's something just like that. So you got people just linking up that shouldn't be linking up on accident because it's downtown and they think, okay, we're going away to get away from that, and then boom, he had the same idea. So
yeah, that's crazy. I want to get your opinion on a couple more topics. I ain't gonna hold you too long, but I do want your opinion on a couple more topics. The legendary KingVon, Quando Rondo, Lil Tim. Was that self-defense or murder?
Nah, that one is tough, man. That one is tough. That's one of those, like, it's right on the borderline, because I put out a video on my channel saying that I didn't think it was justified, because if you're throwing fists, you know, come back at me with fists. You know, like, I understand he was outnumbered, but, like, Von did what a lot of people say guys from Chicago don't do, which is throw hands. You know, guys from Chicago are, you know, weak, they're cowards, they just shoot guns. Well, he wasn't doing that. You know, he was coming with his hands, and then he paid for it with his life. That's going to send a message to the streets that, okay, don't come with your hands, just shoot first, because they're going to shoot. So, you know, just go there from the get-go. But so I don't want to like say that it was justified. I can understand from Lil Tim's perspective how he would just, you know, that instinct would go off in his head, like my homie's in danger, so just up the pistol without even thinking and do, you know, what you're expected to do. But man, to me it was foul, because if you're coming to me with hands, you know, that's like a man-to-man type thing. To up a gun in that situation, bro, that's like foul, man. But I'm from the, you know, I'm 40 years old, bro, so I grew up when there was rules to this stuff, you know, like you don't, if somebody's coming at you with hands, you don't up a gun, that makes you look bad. Like that would ruin your name in the streets if you did that back in the day. Today, these kids, they don't care. And so, yeah, to me, it was foul, though.
Yeah. Definitely. When you did your interview with Zach TV, like, how did that go? He met you, you met him? Yeah, seemed like y'all was in a public place.
Yeah, Zach reached out to me, bro.
That was classic.
Yeah, he reached out to me a couple times, bro. Like because I think it was Melly. Or some of the other guys that I had, like, they had reached out to Zach and told him to, you know, go check me out, like, you know, find out what's to me. And so Zach got in contact with me, and he said, I want to interview you about these videos you're doing. This is when I was still making those real, you know, foul, like, out-of-pocket videos. So that was a time when my face hadn't been exposed yet. So I was really, like I was being really careful at that time.
Right.
So I told him, like, let's meet up out in the suburbs. So we met just beyond the city limit. We met at the Oak Park Library.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, Austin, the west side is right there, and then like the Oak Park Library just to the west of that. So I told him, let's meet up over there, because I wanted to use that opportunity to put on a bunch of guys that I had gotten to know from the west side, from the Austin community, that were trying to make it out, you know, do their music thing. And I felt like they were putting out like a conscious message. They weren't drill rappers. I didn't want to promote any drill music, so, because I feel like that just kind of like promotes the violence. So these guys were not doing that. So I really wanted to give them the opportunity. So when Zach contacted me, I said, you know, can I bring some of my homies out there? He said, yeah. So I brought Quan, they were called Rex Gang, Less Than Gifted. I brought them out there. And then, we met up there. He blurred my face out. And then the second time he interviewed me, he reached out after I had come back. The rumor had started that I had gotten shot. Because
they kidnapped you, took your YouTube channel and all kind of shit, right?
There was a guy my age who had gotten shot in the Garfield Park neighborhood, like the same time that I quit YouTube. So people started the rumor that was me.
Right.
But that was a guy who was killed trying to rob an armor truck, or shot trying to rob an armor truck or something. So that wasn't me. So I never got shot. For anybody that still thinks that never happened, I just quit because of that whole, just the whole thing with TV and all that. So I came back though, and we met up at the hospital in Uptown, and the reason we met up there was because that was like a hot spot. That's right by TFG.
Right.
So, and you know, those guys were all kind of on me at that time and hooliganing them. They were still clicked up at that point. So we met at the hospital. I was like, this is a safe spot. Nobody's gonna do anything. And then, yeah, we did that second interview, bro.
That was dope. Well, like you said, they contacted you with Zach contacted you because I guess people wanted to feel your temperament. I say this, like I say, you might not have been the first, but there's a lot of people we learned from your YouTube channel. Now, I'm not saying people didn't know Wooski and Breezy and Melly, but some of the first time we heard these names on your YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
Do you find that crazy that, you know, a lot of these guys not here no more?
I mean, to be honest, sadly, bro, like I'm not surprised with some of them. With some of them, I'm actually surprised they lasted as long as they did. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just sad, bro, because like some of these guys are really smart guys. You know, they're really nice guys when you meet them in person, and you know, nice to their families. They have families, they have kids, and yeah, it's really sad, bro. Especially like when you work with guys in the schools, knowing these guys from like the time they were 14, 15, and then you know you hear about them getting killed when they're older. Like you know them in class as one person, and they're on the street as a totally different person. Like, yeah, it just seeing like the way people interpret it on the internet, like with some of the comments and things.
Right.
It's tough to like. It's tough to swallow that, bro. That was one of the things that made me want to switch lanes from that because, yeah, just people see it like a video game, you know, and you can when you know these guys' moms and stuff, like you can't see it like that. You just can't. So yeah.
That's great. Last couple of questions I want to ask you. What's your opinion on the blog game? The state of the blog culture. What do World News, Windy City report? How do he feel about the blog culture?
Well, I have to admit, I'm not in tune with, I would say, most of the other blogs because I know there's a lot of them out there now. But some of them, you know, it depends, bro. Like some of them get on the same thing that I was on in the beginning, you know, and that I don't support. And one thing that I just want to make known right now, I am not Chicago Scene 88.
I'm finna ask that next. Is you Chicago Scene 88?
I see this comment all over videos, bro. I am not, that dude is not me. I was locked up while he was, I'm pretty sure, making videos.
Right.
So people can even check that out. Like, that dude is not me. And some of the information, I had seen a couple of his videos. Some of the information was different from the information I put out. I disagree with that information. That dude is not me. Plus, I don't like, I mean, he's a quality editor. He puts a lot of editing and his quality in his videos. I don't do that. I'm like underground, like street level, just filming a street with my camera and then talking over it. Like I don't even have that type of expertise on the computer, man. That dude is not me. And him, what he does, I don't approve of it, bro. Like for the same reason I don't approve of what I was doing at the beginning. Like he's kind of doing some of the stuff I was doing at the beginning, and I don't approve of that stuff at all. So I got out that lane. He's still in that lane, but that dude, no, nah. But the rest of them, man, like some of the guys, I'll say this. Some of the there is kind of a difference. I see guys in Europe, like some white guys in Europe, you know, who I won't name, kind of like, you know, and people when I first started doing it looked at me like somebody that was exploiting, you know, which I can understand, man. And some of these guys too, I see them kind of exploiting it.
Right.
But I at least lived here, you know, and had to take that risk, like cross paths with the same dudes I'm interviewing and talking about. So
it's different when it's like that.
It cost me a lot. Like I had to watch how I move. I had to stop going out to dinner with my family in public. Like it cost me a lot to do that. So I at least paid a price. These dudes ain't paying no price, bro. They're just making money and, you know, cashing checks off doing some stuff that's basically promotional. Because there's a line between talking about it like, okay, he got killed, you know, because he was doing this, and you know, sending a positive moral to that story at the end. And then saying like, oh yeah, he's the top guy, and like gassing it up like this is a movie. And some of these guys, they cross that line, man. So I can't.
Sensationalizing.
But then a lot of the black guys, especially a lot of the older black bloggers that are really on some like uplifted community type stuff, talk about the stuff in a more positive, educational way, talking about like, you know, these people are doing this and these people are doing that, and like we all need to squash this and come together. Like guys like that, like that's why I gave the channel to Corey Brooks, because he was on that, like calling truths type stuff.
Right.
They're not promoting the bull crap, you know. So
He deleted all the videos?
No, he hasn't touched the channel.
Oh.
So yeah, that's still up right now. But him, Donovan Price, a couple other guys, I can't think of their names off the top of my head, man. But these aren't like bloggers per se.
Right.
But a lot of the pastors in general, like these guys are putting in a lot of groundwork, man.
Right.
And shout out to them, man. But yeah, some of them white guys in Europe, man, you guys stay away from those guys, man, because they're on that same foul stuff that I was doing in the beginning.
Right. Shit, what's next for Windy City Report?
Doing I'm gonna try to do, before I quit last time 9 months ago, before I got locked up, I was doing a lot of videos about the history of the city. I had uploaded about like 14 videos about the history of Chicago, and those were unpopular at the beginning, but as I started to progress on with that, they started to get more and more popular, and some of the ones that I had dropped later on were hits. So I just downloaded those onto my laptop from my from the old channel. I had just gone to those YouTube downloads and downloaded those things, and then I'm gonna upload those to Spotify. I got a Spotify channel now, which is really where I want to take this eventually, totally to Spotify, because Spotify, they're not as restrictive as YouTube. YouTube, I was constantly getting videos, like content strikes, and for people that don't know, that's why I had to put a lot of times slang words in the title. Like I would put murked or bodied, and people would be like, "This disrespectful." Just say
that's what I'm doing now,
right?
And I get it in the comments. I put it now. I do not put words like murdered, killed,
right,
or anything in my title.
People don't,
And they say, man, you shouldn't use caught lacking.
Right, exactly.
Right.
I understand people's criticism, but they don't understand. You put that word in there, it's gonna get a strike, and they might take the video down, and at least not monetize the video. So, that was why I did that. But what were we just talking about? Shoot, I lost my train of thought.
What was next for Windy City Report?
So yeah, I'm uploading those history videos to Spotify, and then I'm gonna do a lot more of those, a lot more educational type videos. Because people were digging those at the end.
Right.
I started all the way back from like the Native American times, but I'm into the 20th century now with that.
Okay.
And that's a little bit different type of content, but that's on Spotify, and a couple other videos are on Spotify.
Okay.
And that channel on Spotify is also called Windy City Report.
Okay.
Spotify too, the video, they're doing video now. It's not just audio. So I thought Spotify was just audio, but I think back in April they started trying to compete with YouTube. They're hosting video now, so everything that I have on Spotify is a video. It's the same thing you're going to see on YouTube. So I can upload a lot more stuff on there that I couldn't upload to YouTube, and also the audio and the video quality is better on Spotify. So that, and then I got the new YouTube channel, and then hopefully I'm thinking of starting a TikTok channel. But like I said, man, it looks like my lawyer just told me that they're going to recommend to the judge jail time. So it does look like I'm facing a year. So that's probably going to be coming up possibly like at the end of the fall, because I'm going to have a few court dates. But right now it does look like I'm going to be sentenced to jail time. We're going to try to fight that. My lawyer's going to ask that not be the case.
Right.
And he's going to actually talk about the channel, my old channel, to the judge, because saying that like there could be a safety risk for him if he goes in there. Now when they took me to the county, nobody seemed to recognize it. Only one of the COs was the only guy that recognized me. And they had me locked up with some GDs from, one of them was from Gville. I think a couple of them were from like 75th or something. And then there was like a couple guys that were just like neutrons, and that was it.
Wow. Wow, that's crazy though, but you had made it out of it though.
Yeah, man, nobody recognized, bro. I was thinking like they're gonna know who I am, but they didn't.
That's crazy, bro. So, any advice for upcoming blogging and shit, man? Any advice for somebody?
keep it positive from the beginning, man. Don't go into that negative link, because once you get that name, you can't get rid of it. Like, I wish I would have just started, started the way I'm with what I'm doing now, because I got into that because the viewers were like, pushing for that. But like I said, don't let that cloud go to your head. It's better to have a loyal subscriber base with fewer views than to do some of those videos that go viral. I know it's tempting, because those videos, they bring in a lot of money, but like that's gonna make your name real bad out here, and it's gonna burn a lot of bridges for you. Right. Because I wish I burned a lot of bridges when I started doing that stuff, bro. Yeah. And I wouldn't do the My advice for bloggers too. I wouldn't interview and promote anybody that you see that's like doing that killing stuff in the streets right now. You know what I'm saying? Because the way that a lot of the younger kids take that, and this is no shade to any blogger in particular. Like,
no, that's real. We need to hear that.
Yeah, I'm not saying this to any blogger in particular, but like when the younger kids see that, no matter what you say, no matter how positive you try to make it, the younger kids are gonna see the fact that, oh, he's getting on because of his street reputation. You see what I'm saying? Like, they're not looking at some of these rappers like, oh, he's got bars and he's picking good beats and stuff, so this is why he's getting on.
Right.
They're looking like he's got on because his name is ringing bells in the streets. He dropped so many bodies, so everybody wants to hear something from him, even if it's trash music.
Right.
And that is true. Like, guys get on because of they got a street reputation. Like, if you got a guy who's, you know, got like rumored 5-6 bodies, he drops a song, that song could be complete trash.
It's gonna go up.
It's still gonna go up.
Exactly.
So the younger kids, they're living in poverty. You know, their mom is struggling. They see I can get out,
Right.
and then that just pushes them more. Plus, at that age, bro, one of the biggest motivating factors is these females, bro. And the females, man, like when you got that name, when you got that clout, like they get thirsty. So these kids, they, you know,
Right.
they do whatever they gotta do, man. Like, it's sad that some of them are out there gangbanging for that reason, but I'm telling you, having worked in the schools, bro, some of it is that. Like, you take the females out the picture, their behavior totally changes. Like, when the females are in the room, they're, oh man, come on, like, you know, dropping gang signs and like woofing at everybody. As soon as you take the females out of the room, bro, they become quiet, they become respectful.
Right.
Totally different person. Like, I've seen
Right.
this firsthand with my own 2 eyes too many times, I can't even tell you. So, yeah, like, to any bloggers,
Right.
don't give attention to the negative stuff. If you see the rappers that are trying to, like, you know, rap about like the positive stuff, the conscious stuff, give more exposure to them, and, you know, leave the guys that are on bullcrap, dissing their ops, smoking on dead homies and all that. Like, leave those guys alone, man. Just don't give them that light.
Right.
So yeah, that's my advice.
Good advice, bro. What's your social medias?
Shoot, I just started an Instagram. I got like 2 followers on it. It's Report Windy City.
Okay, Report Windy City. Y'all go follow that Instagram page right now. It's called what again? Report Windy City.
Report Windy City. Yeah, one word. He's got like 2 followers on it right now. And that right now, I do have a Facebook. I got some Facebook, but I can't even remember what it is. So yeah, the Instagram is really the only one where I would upload any channel, and I haven't uploaded anything to it yet. Just,
Okay.
But yeah, the main thing is the YouTube channel, man. Windy City Report, new page. I put the word new page at the end of the name, and then on Spotify, I'm Windy City Report.
And y'all go subscribe to that YouTube channel. Go follow that Spotify because World News be dropping any time of the day. He might fuck around and drop in an hour from now. So y'all need to subscribe to that channel right there and make sure you don't miss no video.
I'm finna go home and get to work, man. I appreciate it, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what's that YouTube channel again? You say
Windy City Report, and it says new page. The profile pic is the Chicago flag, just like on my head.
Okay.
That's the profile picture. The profile pic on my old page that I don't own is just like a picture of the buildings of the city.
Right.
The one with 102,000 subscribers is not me.
Okay.
I'm the one with the 10,000 subscribers.
Okay.
It says when you see report new page. If you type in, I think if you're trying to search for it on YouTube, if you type in Chicago Writer,
Okay.
WRITER, it pops up because that was his old page.
Okay.
So yeah.
Most definitely.
And he's still got some videos on there. And for everybody too that was saying this, let me just clear this up. Chicago Writer, he dropped a lot of videos about politics and stuff like that. He's not a white dude. I know he sounds like that when he talks.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have like a southern accent or anything. He's a black dude from I think New York, Atlanta. I think he's originally from Atlanta.
He's just educated.
He's educated. He speaks really well. He doesn't use like any slang when he talks, but he's a good dude, man. Really good dude. He's one of those guys who's trying to like make things better in Chicago. He's a working guy.
I support it.
Makes all legit money. You know what I'm saying? He was around people that were doing that stuff, but he made it out like the right way. So yeah.
Most definitely. I appreciate the opportunity to talk to you.
Man, I appreciate the interview, bro. You showed love, man. I appreciate that, bro.
You be safe out here now.
Yeah, man. You too, man.
The homie Truth Teller, the street reporter. Love, bro.
Right, man, that was good, bro.
I appreciate that, legend.
That was good view, man.
You gonna let me get a pic with you, legend?